Hello everybody! Welcome to our presentation, Simulation Case Study on Shake Shack. As you can see, we chose this topic because Shake Shack has been a very popular restaurant that always have a long waiting line. The lines will be even longer during peak hours, especially on nice weather days. Also, we are wondering why a company runs fast food restaurants was able to go public on New York Stock Exchange and has become the giant of East Coast like In-N-Out on the West Coast. So, we would like to solve 4 problems: shortening waiting lines of placing orders and picking up food, balancing utilization among all servers working simultaneously, find out the bottleneck of the system, and increase annual profits. Oh, by the way, I'm Ching Hu, also go by Aaron. This is my groupmate, Ian or Ethan Zhang.
Shake Shack is an American fast-casual restaurant chain based in New York City. It started out as a food cart inside Madison Square Park in 2004, and its popularity steadily grew in recent years. It eventually moved to a stand within the park, expanding its menu from New York-style hot dogs to one with hamburgers, hot dogs, fries, and all kinds of milkshakes. The company claims that they use all natural underdone beef only, and says that its meat has no hormones nor antibiotics. Since its founding, it has been one of the fastest growing food chains, eventually becoming a public company filing for an initial public offering of stock in late 2014. Initial price of its share was at $21, immediately rising by 123% to $47 on their first day of trading. After IPO, stock price of Shake Shack has reached about $92 per share in 2006.
Shake Shack has 11 service lines: burgers, chicken burgers, hot dogs, fries, frozen custards, drinks, beer, wolf, cashiers, food gathering, and order delivery. To simplify the data collection process, we grouped this into 6 service lines, excluding Wolf that has few orders. Then we started our on-site data collection. Shake Shack opens from 11 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. every day. Google Popular Times, which shows customer flows, indicates Wednesdays and Sundays are the most popular days. We chose to collect data during the peak hour on Sunday because the restaurant system is more fragile. We collected intervals of each service line for 15 consecutive minutes. Then we created multipliers according to the popular times and generated intervals for every 1 hour period of the whole day. We firstly tried to use Excel and type in the arrival time for each customer arrives and the service completion time for every service provided by different service lines. This method is ineffective and inefficient. If we miss lots of data within the 15 minutes, we have to start over, wasting a lot of time. Later on, we used Python to create a programming interval recorder. The only thing we need to do is to press any number as a trigger when a customer arrives or a service provided, then the recorder will return all the intervals and export them to an Excel file. Then we combine all the intervals in a spreadsheet. When collecting intervals of service lines, we didn't collect intervals of individual server because it's unrealistic for such a popular restaurant. Instead, we consider each service line as a black box, collecting their intervals as a whole. After having intervals for all the time slots on Sunday, we converted them into individual service intervals by multiplying the number of servers for each service line because increasing the intervals decreases the service rate. And then we met a problem. Arena's student version does not allow a simulation model to have more than 150 entities, and entities exceeds the limit very easily in our model. We reduced the data volume, focusing only on the 3 most popular hours. We imported the 3 hours data of both the arrival and each service line into Input Analyzer to obtain distribution graphs. We got very low p-values when fitting in theoretical distribution types. So we used empirical distribution means. It's reasonable, especially when you have very large data sets and would like to trust your own data. Here are the arrival rate and service rates of each service line. After 1900 seconds, entities in the system will exceed Arena's limit, so we run our model for 1800 seconds and increase the replication number to be more accurate. This is the simulation model for Shake Shack. Customers come in, waiting in line for cashiers to take orders. Generally, a customer will order 1 item from each of these 3 service lines. So, once an order has been placed, it will be separated into 3 pieces prepared by these service lines. After all items of an order have been placed on shelves, food gathering staff will collect the items, activate the buzzer of the customer, and take the order to order delivery staff for picking up. Let's look at the model in detail. In order to set the cashier's queue length mimicking bulking in reality, the cashier takes order process needs to be replaced by 4 blocks: queue, seize, delay, and release. An element module called queues setting the first come first out parameter for the queue. The queue length is 30. Bulking customers will be counted by a record module. As an order includes 1 burger, 1 fries, and 1 drink, a duplicator is used to make 2 duplicate orders in the system. Then the 3 service lines can work on an order simultaneously. Because a duplicator can only connect to 2 modules, the first duplicator is to make a copy of the original order, and the second one is to make a copy of the first duplicate. Then we can make an order sent to all the food preparation service lines.
From the result report of the original model, we can see that the waiting time of fry queue is 50 seconds, which is much longer than the burger queue, which is only 0.2 seconds, and the beverage queue, which is 27 seconds. So, in order to optimize the original model, we moved 1 stop from burger to fries to improve the efficiency of the fries queue. In the result report of the optimized model, we can see that the waiting time of 3 queues are much more similar. Fry queues is 3.8 seconds, the burger queue is also 3.8 seconds, and the beverage queue is 9 seconds. From the data in the table, we can also figure out that the optimized model is much better. L has decreased from 58 to 51, the LQ decreased from 25 to 22, and the W and the WQ also decreased a lot. From this chart, we can also get a conclusion that the optimized model is better than the original model. On the left chart, the bar of fry stuff is much larger than the bar of burger stuff. In the right chart, the bar of fry stuff and the bar of burger stuff are much more similar. So in general, we can see that fry queue is the bottleneck of the whole system. Fry queue has the longest average waiting time, which is 50 seconds, and burger queue has the shortest average waiting time, which is only 0.2 seconds. So in the optimized model, we move 1 step from burger stuff to fry stuff. The waiting time of burger queue, fry queue, and the drinking queue are similar then, which are 3.8, 3.9, and 9.3 seconds. We also analyzed the financial outcome of the two models. We assume the salary of one staff is $11 per hour, and the income from each customer is $15. The profit of the original model is $11,298 per day, and profits of the optimized model is $14,190 per day. The difference between two models is more than $3,000 per day, which is huge.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye!